All right, so we had time to get the car on the lift and look at what's going on with the diff. And it looks like the bolt that holds the axle flange into the diff stripped out. I don't know if over tightened or under tightened or whatever it may be. We came back from the first event, ran the whole weekend pretty well. On Ellen's last session, you started seeing some oil on corners.
Yes. Yep.
So we put it up here and we can see that the axle flange has come out of the Wavetrack diff. This is the bolt that goes through the stub shaft into the, so you can see that it's got, I don't know, 5 or 6 threads. It was Loctited in, but it's still backed out. We're gonna check to make sure that this is the right length bolt, because again, this transmission is new from last season, so there might be some little bit of deviation between them, we don't know. But we're gonna check and get a new bolt, hopefully get a few more threads, or at least just try and re-Loctite it in there. We are gonna have to take the car back up to German Auto Pros. We'll probably have to helicoil the diff, which sounds a little alarming, but technically a helicoil is stronger than the original encasing. You sort of get the larger diameter in there. So we should be back up and running, but a bit of a letdown. Weekend still was a success, but you know, you just don't want to come home with anything broken. All right, up here at German Auto Pros, brought the Mark 8, got the Racewagen back. Thank you very much. Andy from German Auto Pros, goes away. There we go. So we're super excited to put it on track. You guys put the new AC condenser in for us. Yep. Get a little better airflow. Yeah. You also touch up the Wavetrack. We had that axle pop out at the first event. Would you
repair some threads on it? So the thread's stripped out.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's like something with the metal or what. I've never actually had something like that happen.
Yeah.
So I put some helicoils into it. And, took it out a couple times, did fine. So.
And in theory, a helicoil is technically stronger than threads, really.
A lot of times you'll see helicoils in like transmissions or like other random bits. You'll see threads in there, and you're like, "Oh, true." No, it's actually stronger.
Yeah.
It's meant to be there.
Yeah. Oh, it's Hannah's car.
Hannah's car here.
Hi, Hannah.
So the trans might be bad in Hannah's car.
No, sorry, Hannah.
But she needs a 5-speed car, right? That's probably the best.
What's your hot take on the new Golf R?
I do like the Golf R. I didn't like it at first, and then as I got around it and like drove on, I was like, okay, they're kind of I can like it. I'm like weird about newer cars. I love the old cars.
I'm the same way.
Hot, but they're just, they're different. I don't know.
It took a while to settle into like the power band on it is a bit different than everything else.
Yeah.
But it still gets down pretty well. I was impressed. Totally. Yeah. Sorry, Hawk. We'll fix your stickers. We had windshield wipers on. All right.
Your guys'
Yeah, so the new shop car. Yeah. We're working on some 3D scans for lip kit, spoilers, side skirts, some intake stuff in the works. Really the whole, bolt-on package. So we're excited to have that.
Oh yeah.
But
excited to see this thing back at the pit.
Excited, very. I haven't even driven it with the diff in it yet, so this will be my first drive home.
It goes a lot better.
Yes.
It doesn't want to pull you all over.
I rode with Ellen on track with it in for one of the sessions, and it was like, oh wow, can actually exit a corner.
Yeah, exactly.
So huge plug for Wavetrack, huge plug for German Auto Pros. Thank you guys both for being a part of this. And we'll get down on track and make you proud.
Indeed. Oh yeah. Thank you guys.
All right. Also, to bring things back down a little more to earth, we're going to get out of this beautiful shop environment, and we're just going to be working in my home garage. The whole concept here is that you can take your GTI to the track. Having a $1 million shop behind you, that makes it look easy. But I want to show you what it's like in the real world, on the ground or on a jack stand when we're doing all our maintenance. I want to show you it's not that scary, and I want to get more people on track. It's the whole point of this whole program. So sit tight, see how easy it is for us to do everything at home, and enjoy. We're actually doing all of the things we wanted to do prior to episode 1, but ran out of time doing it. We sent the car to German Auto Pros to put a Wavetrack limited slip diff in, and it worked great on track, but one of the bolts stripped on the drive shaft or half shaft. So sent it back to them, they helicoiled it for us, we're back in, we're up and running. But all that lost time prior to the first episode, we're back here for the second episode doing it now. And before I go any further, I want to say hang out throughout the episode. Give us your favorite comment or something, or what you like or what you want to see us do next, because we're giving away Racewagen Season 2 tees to our favorite comments. We have them in green to match the car, of course. And there'll be a short sleeve for summer, long sleeve for fall. So like, comment, subscribe, etc. And we will be sending them to you in the mail. Better the comment, the more shirt you may get.
So we've got our Hangst cabin filter first, and then our Hawk brake fluid will get changed, and then onto liquid moly motor oil as well. And then we've got our ECS tow hooks that we'll use on the front of the car in case we do happen to go off. And then what else do we have?
All right, so some of like the sort of non-retail stuff that we have is I got a different submarine belt for the passenger side to make that a proper 5-point. You can see it's much thinner. The one in there is very, very thick and hurts. We also want to give a big shout out to all our other sponsors that we don't have products to feature install for but are already on the car. So CTS Turbo is bringing us all the extra horsepower via the integrated engineering tune. Hangst filters, thank you guys. Bilstein H&R coming in on the coilovers. Stoptech for some brake components. Bosch for some sensor components. And of course Meyle. Now we're not installing anything Meyle today, but we have an entire chest of Meyle control arms, tie rod ends, some mounts and stuff, just in case we break something. If you guys recall last year, we had an off at Gingerman, bent a control arm up. We're still able to drive the car, but it really destroyed that tire, so we had to replace tires. Bringing some ample spares for suspension geometry should be, well, it's just smart. Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll just fold that up, fold that up, fold that up. Sure. Can you get, here, I'll hold that thing. Can you hand me that little screwdriver gizmo I gave you to do the tow hook with? This is probably not how you're supposed to do this. Internet, just so you know. All the other cars that I've done, it slides, but this is like all tabs. Yeah, it's just all tabs. I did it backwards, FYI. All right, little ecosystem coming out.
Oh man, here we go. Oh, not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Not as bad, but it looks worse here compared to where's the new one?
Underneath.
When you consider the color difference and thickness difference of new versus old.
Yeah, I thought there'd be way more leaves though.
Yeah.
I want to see them in the light.
Okay. And the only thing worth noting here is the direction of your arrow. But we got a Hangst like charcoal activated filter now too, so it should give us a little extra, what do you want to call it? Insulation from the stinks of the track. Yeah, okay, so yeah. I did this exactly backwards, internet, if you're watching this and are about to comment about how dumb I am. I know. Fold these tabs down, and then the whole thing just hinges. See? I did it exactly opposite. But there you go, now you know. Learn from me. And then the only thing about reassembly is make sure you got the little boom here going through the sensor in the corner. And then as you push up, you might have to help it over those bumps. Nope, we're good. All right, put everything back in.
Easy.
This is a vacuum bleeder.
Okay.
You're gonna pull the trigger, and it draws air from the compressor out, and it will vacuum the brake fluid out. So you crack it loose, flip that, right? See how it locks it like the gas station? And that's all there is to it.
No.
I'll fill it up front.
So I have to do anything with this now that you already flipped it?
I haven't cracked it loose or anything.
I mean, like,
So you have to squeeze that, and then you see how that thing locks over the trigger?
open it first though?
Yeah, and I'm gonna change it with the HP 660.
Okay.
Crack it loose first. Did you ask that?
Yep. How far loose? Just a little?
So fluid comes out. Start the vacuum first. Alright, that looks good up front. So yeah, tighten the bleeder first. That's good. Woo, damn, girl. That's a little tiny, tiny threaded thing. That's it.
Cool. Easy.
Go ahead, see if that wheel goes on with the centric ring.
Okay.
Too high.
Goes on.
Does it? You need to push it on. Sorry, GoPro. Okay, you're right. I just see that red and it gives me pause. That's upside down.
Heck, yeah. You're missing one. Under your leg.
Good looking out. All right, so you're up. I'm gonna talk you through an oil change.
I know how to do an
Just
oil change.
no, but you've just said okay.
let's
Fair.
clarify.
Just said I've never done one with the oil filter on top because she's a Nissan owner. This actually is the best thing in the world. I don't know why every auto manufacturer doesn't do it. But the cool thing is our tool. So I'm going to talk you through how to use the tool because it's amazing. So we're actually going to go in through the dipstick hole first.
Oh, do you want this loose?
Yeah,
though?
crack that.
I'll just leave it there.
That's fine. Pull that up, wipe it down, and then we'll drop the fluid extractor in.
Okay.
You just stick that down this dipstick hole.
How far? Just like as
All
far
the
as
way
it
in.
goes?
Oh man, do we need the little one? Okay, no, I thought the big one would fit. Till it bottoms out. There.
Okay.
Now you just start pumping. And it vacuums it up.
That's only one thing to step on. Oh, look at it.
It's so cool. I don't know why I waited so long to get one of these. And you can just see it coming in and draining in. And obviously the car's hot because you were just driving.
Right. I feel like on cars that don't have a top mount filter, it's not as necessary to use something like this.
No. This just is an easy tool. I do my Miata with this now and the filter's
Really?
on the bottom. But like, you just don't have to roll on the ground nearly as much.
True.
You don't have to like always pump it. It'll keep it under vacuum and just go.
Oh, it'll just go?
Yeah.
You didn't tell me to stop, so.
I know. I was just waiting for you to figure it out. So it just puts the whole chamber under vacuum and then sucks it like a straw out of a can of Coke.
That's nice.
Cue the montage music. Dun, 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 dun,
Except
dun,
if they do
dun.
a sped up version.
Whoop. There it is.
Is that how you know it's done?
Yeah, because it's struggling to find anything to pick up now. All right, got your towel? And then for maintenance sake, just lift that up. I do another couple pumps. Lift it up. Lift it up. Yeah.
How far? All the way?
Yeah. So then it just drains back in. And I set it aside under some pressure.
Nope, it wasn't the right way.
Nope. Loose.
Was I going the right way? I might get my directions mixed up. Is it gonna go everywhere though?
No, that's what's cool about it. I crack it and let it sit for just a second. That's probably overkill, but it just gives all the slop that's down the side a chance to fall out. Put our dipstick back in too, I guess.
Should I keep going?
Yeah. I'll get it. I got some asbestos hands.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. Grab that spilled. I spilled. And then just lift your filter out. I would use the towel. It's covered in oil.
I don't mind a little dirt. Oil. Do you pre-oil it a little bit too?
No.
Or just stick it in?
Mm-mm. It doesn't have like the same kind of rubber seal like they used to. So we'll put that on the lid, but that can go in now.
Sticker there for now. Does it matter which up or down?
I don't believe it matters.
There she is. Oh.
There she is. Almost. And then your new one, which I do put a little bit of schmutz on. If you just want to wipe your finger in the thing and...
Well, I'm just, there's some on there.
So you're at
There?
the 15 notch plus 3. You're still at 10. You have to pass the 15. There you go. Right there?
So now,
okay. And actually, that's a really reasonable point to make. Like, the whole concept of this show is you can do it without knowing very much.
Right.
And it's these little things like that that you learn along the way. There you go. It's 18. And how else would you have that exposure if you don't try some type of DIY project like this?
You never know until the internet points it out.
All right, oil time. That funnel's barely in there, by the way.
Okay. How big is the capacity?
We took 4 and some change out. Dun, 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 dun. That's a really nice spout. I know it's silly, but that's like a nice feature to have on a bottle.
Yeah. That, and when Eva was here, she told us, she's like, this is your oil change sticker, so you even know when to do it.
We can finally use that.
And then each of these lines is supposed to be like a quart.
Oh, you'll probably put 4 in, that's a 5 quart, remember?
Mm-hmm. It's 5.28 though.
Yeah, all right, let's check it.
You probably have a little bit more to go, but.
Bang on in the middle.
B. Okay.
We don't have any in the filter. Just give it like a
Hair more?
skosh. Yeah.
More than that?
Yeah, a little more than that. There you go. because then when that filter inflates and whatnot, it'll have some room to go. Real quick note on these, they're billet aluminum, so we machine them down from a solid chunk of billet. I mean, feel how heavy it is. That's like hardcore.
Oh yeah. This will be a strong pull.
Yeah.
Let's see. We need something to...
Yeah, I'll get you a wrench.
Okay.
It's about the only time I would use a wrench like this is because I don't know what size that was.
Yeah, I don't know what size it is either.
There we go.
So, do you usually keep it straight up and down like this, or do you want it this way?
Oh yeah,
Does
you
it
get
matter?
a little more rotation on it. That's pretty tight. Okay.
Sweet.
Oh no.
Not just for show, it's actually a race car.
Got a little carried away. We'll fix that up. Firewoman Ellen. All right, here's what we're up to. We want to put these 4 tires in the back seat, and we don't have a back seat. So we're going to set them up so they'll stand in a row so we actually have some trunk space. So I'm going to slice these guys off. Ellen's going to hold the camera and our anti-fire blanket here. Got a good view?
Not really.
Well, come over then. All right, one down, one to go.
Woo.
Blanket. Cool. Now we should be able to get the tires in.
Sweet. Okay, so we're all wrapped up and done, ready to go to Mid-Ohio. We've got our spares in here, our Schwaben bag, our Meyle extra parts, hawk pads if we need them, and I think we're all set to go.
Yep, and we got the supercar 3Rs sort of secured for transport.
Yep.
With the ratchet strap back through to the trunk point, so we should, you know, I wouldn't go driving cross country this way, but to get us to the event, I think we should be pretty good. Everything's pretty solidly in there, so we're ready for Mid-Ohio.